This man says he can help just about anyone buy a house in the sky-high Bay Area. So what's his secret?
I put on the application that he made $13,000 a month.
I'm Jeanette Pavini. What if you could get into Stanford by simply telling the admissions office you're an A+ student without any proof? Or how about buying a new Mercedes and promising the salesman you'll send him a check next week? Fat chance, right? So you might be surprised how easy it is for home buyers to borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars by simply telling the bank how much money they make without any proof. It's called a stated income loan, but because these loans make it easy to cheat, they're sometimes called something else, liar loans. So, would you say this is the perfect crime?
It's a very easy crime.
Brian is a Bay Area mortgage broker.
Here we are.
Michael is his client.
This is where I live.
A 23-year-old auto mechanic. They don't want their faces on camera, and here's why. The payment on Michael's new home is $4,200 a month, but he only earns about $4,000 a month, leaving him $200 in the red. If the bank, do you think if they knew you cleared $4,000 a month and your total mortgages were $4,200 a month, would they have given you that loan?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He was only able to get the loan because his broker used stated income to inflate his paycheck.
I put on the application that he made $13,000 a month.
And it's not verified.
That's the definition of a stated income loan. You state the income.
Easy loan to get?
Very easy loan to get, yeah.
And you never had to tell how much you made?
Nothing like that, no.
Is this fraud?
Most definitely it was a fraudulent loan. The income was literally made up from thin air.
The money's not here. Well, your money's in Joe's house. That's right next to yours.
Now, you might think getting a loan still works like an old Hollywood movie, where buyers have to fully document that they make enough money to pay back the bank. But over the last decade, Bay Area home prices have gone up 300%, far outpacing people's incomes, which is why 9 out of 10 households can no longer afford the median home price of $630,000.
We don't need verification of employment.
So to keep the clients and cash rolling in, banks and other mortgage companies began offering easier terms like no money down, adjustable rates, interest only, and stated income. Is it common to inflate someone's income?
It's very common.
This man works for a mortgage company where he says a whopping 85% of loans are stated income. And out of that 85%, what percentage of those stated income loans have something inflated?
All of them, because that's why you're going stated. We've seen the banking industry keep getting more creative, and more creative to keep putting fuel on this fire of home appreciation.
Consider, for example, what would happen in a Monopoly game if every player claimed to make more than $200 each time they pass go. Maybe $400, $600, even $1,000 with each pass. Pretty soon, a bidding war with players paying boardwalk prices even for a fixer-upper like Baltic Avenue, based on money they don't really have. And even though stated income loans are legal, lying on a loan application is against the law. Who knows about this stated income fraud? The realtor?
Yes.
The mortgage broker?
Yes.
The bank or lending institution?
Of course.
What about the customer?
For the most part, I would say the consumer is pretty much left out of the loop.
Left out of the loop because the broker often prepares the loan papers without ever telling the buyer their income has been inflated.
The borrower is signing a fraudulent income number.
Knowingly?
In most cases, unknowingly.
But if it leads to getting their piece of the American dream, home buyers must be happy, right?
Right now, I'm living from paycheck to paycheck. I'm struggling with putting gas in my car just to get to work.
Last May, Beverly and Dwayne bought their first home. Their broker assured them they could afford the $500,000 price tag based on Beverly's income as a social worker. She makes $2,750 a month.
We went by this.
But what they didn't know, to make the deal work, the broker boosted Dwayne's salary to an impressive $8,000 a month.
I wish I did make $8,000 a month.
In truth, Dwayne is out of work and only gets a small disability check. Nevertheless, based on their inflated income, they qualified for a mortgage of $3,700 a month. That's almost $1,000 more than Beverly's entire paycheck.
When I initially discovered it, it was at the signing. I said, I can't afford to pay that. And the realtor said, don't worry about it. We're going to immediately refinance it.
Refinancing is what keeps many new buyers in the game, but only if interest rates stay low and housing prices go up. Instead, interest rates are rising and prices are down.
This has turned into a complete nightmare.
Beverly and Dwayne have spent the last 5 months trying to refinance. Their life savings are gone. They sleep on an air mattress. They've already been late on one loan payment. Do you predict there's going to be a lot of foreclosures, a lot of default?
Yeah, it's already happening.
Now, you might think mortgage lenders would be more careful before giving out hundreds of thousands of dollars without proof of income, but in fact, there's almost no risk to the bank. That's because most banks turn right around and sell their loans to real estate investors on Wall Street, to mutual funds, pension funds, even foreign countries.
What it does is it reduces to some degree a bank's concern and a bank's diligence in making sure that the loans that they originate are actually going to pay in the long run.
Raphael Bostic teaches real estate at the University of Southern California. He says in the old days, if a family didn't repay its loan, the bank took the hit.
In today's environment, if a family does not repay, some nameless, faceless guy on Wall Street in New York or the investors there take the hit. The bank is not put at risk at all, and so they're not that concerned.
And banks and brokers aren't concerned about getting caught cheating, says Brian, which is why stated income fraud remains a dirty little secret for most buyers. How come no one's ever talked about this?
Well, when you have a $10,000 commission check dangling in front of you, it's kind of hard to want to give that up.
You know, they say you make sacrifices to keep what you have, but they didn't tell me that I would totally have to stop living and just exist, you know, because of somebody else's deceit.
Now, there are plenty of agencies regulating this industry, but the rise in stated income loans is so recent that very little is being done to address the issue.